Hello, students. 'Tis I, Mr. Shea, and this is Thomas Jefferson. Welcome. Now you're introduced. You can hang out. This is a lovely quote that Thomas Jefferson said. I did not say you are free to life, liberty, and making stuff up about me on the internet. It's a direct quote. It's true because it's on a picture. But Thomas Jefferson, generally known for his famous words, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, what all Americans are guaranteed. Unless you're a slave, of course, in which case you're guaranteed to none of those. So Thomas Jefferson, as we've mentioned before, and we've discussed before, is a man of contradictions. And he ends up becoming the third president of the United States. So we have Washington, Adams, and now Jefferson. So Jefferson's elected in 1800. And he has a vice president by the name of Aaron Burr, who's a interesting fellow. We'll get to him in a bit. And as Jefferson comes into office and Adams is leaving office, there's something called the Midnight Appointments. And Adams, as he's at his last act as president, decides to appoint some people, namely as judges. A lot of presidents do this. They say, my time's running out. I'm going to have some last things. So he makes some appointments. And Jefferson, since these are people from the party he opposes, does not like these appointments, these jobs that were given out, and he removes them. He removes the judges. And that's where we're going to get into tomorrow, a bit more of this case, Barbary versus Madison. This idea of could the president do this? And now it's going to bring into the case of the importance of the Supreme Court. So tomorrow we're going to be looking at how this case makes the Supreme Court very, very important. Other things going on for good old Thomas Jefferson. Well, we have the Louisiana Purchase. Louisiana Purchase, it occurs. So Napoleon Bonaparte, he is the Emperor of France. And he is trying to wage many wars. He wants to control a great deal of territory. And in the process, defeats Spain at one point and forces Spain to return Louisiana to France. And then Napoleon decides to shut down the Mississippi, and especially New Orleans. He wants to shut down New Orleans to American trade. So, Americans, since they like New Orleans as a trading spot, Jefferson sends a man by the name of James Monroe over to France to buy New Orleans. Jefferson says you can spend $10 million to buy New Orleans. So James Monroe goes over to France, and around that time there's a slave revolt in Haiti, which France ends up losing. They can't end up taking back control, but they spend a lot of money. And since Napoleon needs money, he says, you know what, I will sell you New Orleans, and I will actually sell you the rest of the Louisiana territory for $15 million. And Jefferson ends up saying, yes, let's do it, even though that is not his power in the Constitution. And you might remember that contradiction again, as he was a strict interpretationalist. He wanted to follow the Constitution, and he doesn't. He says, no, we're buying Louisiana. So they buy it for $15 million, 828,000 acres for $15 million, and then doubles the size of the United States in one fell swoop. And we'll get into, probably Thursday or Friday, into Lewis and Clark as they explore. Other things, we have the Barberry Wars. This is a map of North Africa. Is the yellow part, and the Mediterranean Sea, the yellow part, or the white part. And in North Africa, especially in what's now Morocco, there was a group called the Barbers. It's still an ethnic group now. And the Barbers, there was the Barbary pirates, and they were attacking American ships, taking their stuff. So Jefferson sends over a fleet of ships. Yes, that was the bell. Jefferson sends a fleet of ships over to stop these pirates and it's the first time an American Navy has crossed the Atlantic. And these ships attack the pirates, and they get an agreement to stop attacking American ships. So Jefferson is getting involved in issues overseas, and in this case, it works out very well. And the second to last thing for us today, his vice president, Aaron Burr. So Jefferson and Hamilton hate each other. At one point, Aaron Burr feels like he has been insulted by Alexander Hamilton. So they have a duel. This is an image of the duel. And Aaron Burr, vice president of the United States at the time, so this is in 1804. Aaron Burr kills Alexander Hamilton in a duel in New Jersey, which effectively ends, well, Alexander Hamilton's life as well as Aaron Burr's political career. So Thomas Jefferson goes for re-election, but he does not have Aaron Burr by his side as vice president anymore. So Jefferson serves 2 terms, 8 years, and in the second year he starts having even more conflicts with foreign nations, namely because France and Britain are fighting again. And next week, on Monday, we'll look a bit more at that. But American ships are being seized for food, for supplies and things. American sailors being seized. So Jefferson ends up setting up an embargo to stop trade, which causes the economy to crash, which no one likes. So, Thomas Jefferson, lots of domestic things going on, lots of international things going on. But this week we're just going to look at Barbary and Madison and the Louisiana Purchase. Alright, 7 minutes. You survived. Until tomorrow, or Wednesday. I don't know when you're watching this.